Welcome to Jason on English. Let's look at giving instructions. 3 ways. What are instructions? I've been doing a lot of baking recently. This means that I have to read recipes and follow their instructions. Instructions are actions to follow in proper sequence to do something. You might find instructions for building furniture or doing an exercise and so on. You might have to give instructions to someone. Let's look at 3 different ways to give instructions. Immediate instructions. Sometimes you want to explain how to do something because the other person will do it right now. For example, when you're cooking, you open the cookbook, you read the recipe, and you do it now. These are immediate instructions. Just use verbs and explain what to do directly and clearly. For example, break 2 eggs into the bowl. Whisk the 2 eggs completely. Pour the eggs into a frying pan on low heat. These are very direct. We don't mention any people. We just use the verbs to explain the actions very simply and very directly. Training someone. When you train someone, the other person will do the actions, but not right now. You're teaching them what to do, but they'll probably do it in the future, and they might do it many times. They will do the actions later. It is natural to use advice phrases in this situation. You have to break 2 eggs into the bowl. You should whisk the 2 eggs completely, and you should pour the eggs into a frying pan on low heat. Now, the person is not doing this now. They might be making notes, they might be asking questions, but this is very different from immediate instructions. Explaining a process. When you explain a process, the other person might never do the actions. In this situation, we use the plural you. This means all people, not your specific partner. Sometimes when we say you, we mean one person that we are talking to right now. Other times when we use you, we mean all humans, all people. For example, in Japan, you should take off your shoes when you enter a house. This doesn't mean your partner. This means people, generally, who live in Japan or who are visiting Japan. Let's look at this example. You break 2 eggs into the bowl. You whisk the 2 eggs completely. You pour the eggs into a frying pan on low heat. You might be demonstrating what to do, but your partner is not doing anything. You're explaining the process. Sequence markers. Instructions usually have a sequence or a time order. It is important to show the time order clearly. Basic sequence markers are first, next, then, after that. These have the same meaning, so you can change the order. You could say first, then, after that, next. Or you could say first, after that, next, then. Or you could say first, then, if you want. These 3 words are not the beginning and they're not the end. They're the middle. And you might have a lot of steps in the middle, so use them as you like. Finally, this is the last step of the instructions, the last step of the process. So make sure you have these sequence markers so that whoever is listening to you can understand the time order. Read aloud. Try this set of immediate instructions. I'll read it first, and then you can pause the video and read it yourself after if you like. First, break 2 eggs into the bowl. Next, add a pinch of salt and pepper. Then, whisk everything together completely. After that, pour the mixture into a frying pan on low heat. Finally, put everything onto a plate. Of course, this is not a real recipe. If you want to cook eggs, please don't do this. There are real recipes you can check. Now, if you like, pause the video, read this aloud. These are immediate instructions. When you're ready, just continue to the next part of the video. Now, train someone. Again, I'll read it first, and then, if you like, you can pause the video and you can read it aloud yourself. First, you have to break 2 eggs into the bowl. Next, you should add a pinch of salt and pepper. Then you have to whisk everything together completely. After that, you should pour the mixture into a frying pan on low heat. Finally, you have to put everything onto a plate. If you like, pause the video and try reading it aloud yourself. When you're ready, play the video to go to the next part. Now, explain a process. I'll read it aloud first. After that, you can pause the video and read it aloud yourself if you like. First, you break 2 eggs into the bowl. Next, you add a pinch of salt and pepper. Then, you whisk everything together completely. After that, you pour the mixture into a frying pan on low heat. And finally, you put everything onto a plate. Now, if you like, pause the video, read it aloud yourself. And the next time you're cooking, the next time you're buying a drink from a vending machine, the next time you're starting your car or locking your door, anything that has more than 2 or 3 steps, practice giving instructions, immediate instructions, training someone, explaining a process. Remember to use sequence markers and be careful about using advice words or adding the word you as a general word for all people. Thank you for watching.